I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my workbook series, The Knowledge, will help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
And I'm Coach Victoria.
And in this video, we're going to be talking to you about how often do our partners think about leaving us?
Buckle up for this one. It's some pretty shocking news.
This is interesting. This is an interesting one. And, it's an interesting topic because, we kind of think that our partner always is in it. Always, once they're in the relationship, that they're kind of always in it and we're kind of always in it. But if you're honest with yourself, there's probably been many times that you weren't sure about the relationship. Maybe your partner did something that frustrated you or disappointed you or wasn't lining up for what you were looking for, whatever it may be. And you were considering ending it. And so our partners do the same thing. Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk about this today.
So one of the things that we really like to do here on the channel is look at breakup research, look at relationship research, and see how we can, integrate this information in what we teach and in what we talk about. Mm-hmm. And so today I have a really great article and study that I want to talk about. The article is by Sebastian Aucklenberg. I always hope that I'm saying and pronouncing these names correctly. But he's a doctor and he wrote this incredible article on Psychology Today that references a different study by Kenneth from University of Singapore, Singapore Management University.
Okay.
And so the study looked at how often we think that our partner thinks about leaving us. Mm-hmm. And it asked participants several different prompts, which I'll share. One of them was, I believe my partner has been thinking about ending our romantic relationship. Okay. Another one says, more and more, I believe it when it comes to my partner's mind that he or she should break up with me. And the other prompt said, my partner has been close to telling me that he or she wants to end our romantic relationship.
So there were three major prompts here?
Right.
Okay.
Right. And so they were asking different participants their views on that and how likely they thought it was that their partner was thinking about leaving. And why this is important is because we don't live in our partner's minds. We don't know what's going on inside of them a lot of times. And like Craig had said, sometimes we, live in our own la-la land and think that our partner will never leave us. Mm-hmm. We tend to take our partner for granted. And so this information is really tough. I think the researchers here had a lot of guts to say, let's really see what's going on in our partner's mind and if our perception of what our partner is thinking is accurate or not.
Okay.
And so, buckle up. This is why I'm telling you. This is hard information. It was hard for me to read. It's hard for me to share. But interestingly enough, they found that the participants ended up underestimating how much their partners thought about leaving. Mm. So thinking about what this means, many people in the study thought my partner doesn't think about leaving as much as they actually did. And in fact, the study noted that those who had higher anxiety in the relationship were actually more accurate, which is scary because imagine having that fear that your partner is thinking about leaving or that they might leave and it being true.
And you're right, yeah. It's a terrible feeling.
We should have released this one on Halloween. It's spooky. But the reason why I wanted to share this is to get you all to start thinking more about what it's like to be in a partnership and the realities of it, even if the realities are scary. Mm-hmm. For me, the study really highlighted how important it is to continuously treat your partner with kindness, with respect, with love. And it reminds me to nurture a relationship. These types of thoughts are normal in a relationship to think, what if my partner isn't the one? Or what if this doesn't work out one day? Or what if I do have better options? So these are all thoughts that float around in our minds as a partner at some point or another, and that's completely okay.
Yeah, I mean, and it's in their right to think about who is best for them, just like it is for you. Like if you feel like somebody isn't meeting your needs or cares about what you need and what you want, then you should consider leaving and, discussing things with them and seeing what they do about it. But this is why we tell you, you have to focus on being the best version of yourself. Because if you're not, you're going to take your partner for granted and they're going to wind up leaving. It happens all the time.
Yeah. And this information is really anxiety producing, but I also find it to be really motivating. Because we think about, okay, our partner has these other thoughts floating around. The study didn't look at how many positive things our partner thinks about us, but I see it as a challenge. What if the study did look at that? Then what would it find? And how could we alter the outcomes? If you are nurturing to that relationship, if you do pour into it, despite your partner having these thoughts about leaving and they stay, then what does that mean? We talked in our last video about signs that a breakup is coming, about how some people view a relationship as a choice that you make every day, a choice that you make to stay. So that's why I see this study and the article that the doctor wrote on this to be really motivating. I see it as a challenge, and I hope that you all see it as a healthy challenge too.
Yeah, after a breakup, you really want to look at it like, how can I grow the most after this situation? How can I be a better version of me? Because there's something about a breakup that truly motivates people more than they'll ever be motivated. I mean, I've seen it time and time again. People will truly transform their life in the most positive ways after going through something difficult like this. And so, you don't want to be complacent. You don't want to be, just watching no contact videos. So many of you just watch the no contact videos, but that doesn't help you when your ex comes back. In many cases, it's just helping you through the no contact. And I know how hard it is, but you have got to really look within. How can I grow from this? Where can I grow? What can I do to be such a great partner that people wouldn't want to leave me? And that you have to go through this painful mess again, which is just so devastating.
Yeah.
And so, you can appreciate the positive things that will come from a breakup. And the more that you heal and you process and you talk about it and you deal with it, the sooner you're going to get there.
Another reason I love this study is because it also challenges our view of what security is. Many of you listening to this information, those of you who are avoidant are probably saying, that's me thinking about leaving the relationship. Or you're thinking, well, if they're thinking about leaving, then let them leave, bye. I didn't want this relationship anyways. And then those of you who are more anxious are probably biting your fingernails as we speak on this information,
What do I do with this?
Right. How do I get them to stay? I think it challenges our security in meaning that our partner can leave. And will we be okay independently as people? Will we be able to regulate our emotions without having to resort to petty type of behavior like I didn't want that anyways, or denying ourselves how much we actually do desire our partner, or without resorting to having to do the most to salvage it? So can we get to that place of security where we're accepting that our partner can have doubts, we're accepting that our partner can think about leaving, and we can sit with their uncertainty, we can sit with their doubt and say, it's okay, I'm here with you, and we're both making this active choice. So I'm hoping that this study was helpful for you, at least to rethink about some of the things in your life, to think about how you show up in your relationships, and leave comments. What has been your experience in relationships? Do you find yourself having many doubts when you're in a relationship and thoughts about leaving? And for many of you going through a breakup, we tend to think, no, I would never feel that way. But if you really think about it, looking back, there probably was at least one point in the relationship where you were upset enough for the thought to cross your mind.
And one thing I'd like to leave you guys to leave a comment about is, what was going on with you or your relationship that was causing you to think about leaving? It'd be interesting for us to see what you were going through, what you were feeling that made you think, I'm not sure if I want to be with them any longer.
Right. We all have doubts, and it's okay to have doubts. You know, if anything, I think these types of feelings can help you empathize with your partner. Just as Craig was saying, diving deeper. Why do we have these doubts? What's going on internally within us? What are the pros and cons that we're outweighing? And how can that help us have empathy for our partner, previous partner, ex, whatever it is?
All right. So lots of interesting research in this one. I hope that you enjoyed it. I know you enjoyed it.
I did. Sorry if I scared you guys. Wasn't my intention.
Like, we're looking for security, Coach Victoria. And now you're just giving us more things to worry about. All right. But this is why we say focus on being the best version of you, because when you don't take your partner for granted and you're constantly there for them and showing them that you care about them and their needs and how you're showing up and making life fun and doubling the joy and dividing the grief, like Margaret used to say, they're not going to want to leave. But so many of us grew up in homes where our parents were split. I mean, the divorce rate is over 50%. So many of you didn't see parents that have a healthy relationship. And you don't know what it looks like. And you don't know how to do it. So that's what we're trying to help you do and grow in all those different areas to make you have a healthy relationship where people don't have doubts. Right?
Exactly, and very well said.
All right, so if you want to get our help personally, you can do that on my website, askcraig.net. I do email coaching and I do Skype. Victoria is also available for Skype coaching.
I'm here whenever you'd like to chat.
Just click on her name on the website to schedule with her. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
And I'm Coach Victoria.
And we will talk with you soon.